There we go. It starts off with, since I logged in, I saw the board just kind of like waddled past me. So I'm like, oh yeah, I just joined it real quick. Might as well get some points. So yeah, as I was setting up the stream, that's why you see the rewards claim too. So yeah, I had to like, just like, as soon as I logged in, I was like, oh, okay, I just put that up. Then in the meantime, on the side, I was like, okay, get the stream up, get this up. So yeah, that's what I was doing. Wait a minute. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, I'm not in the one in the front. There's people in. Oh, what I am now? There was 2 people in front of me. Yeah, so yeah, originally there was just 2 people in front of me and I got behind them, so I was the 3rd one. But yeah, and I was looking at different Final Fantasy stuff. I was like, you know what? I was thinking about playing Final Fantasy 16 again. I was like, I felt that I streamed it, but I was like, no. I think essentially like I personally streamed it to, what was it, like my siblings. So that's why I was like, wait a minute, I know I was like streaming it, but why didn't I stream? Like, oh yeah. And this is prior to the Noodle Nightmares being a thing. But either way, I was watching some of the scenes. I'm like, you know what? I actually kind of want to play that game again. Because I know Final Fantasy 16, which is made by Yoshi P and his crew. People like were hating on it, but for me personally, I thought it was a pretty good game. And people are like, oh, but it's not a Final Fantasy game. It's like action, or was it? It's action based, like Devil May Cry. Because the Devil May Cry battle design person was the one making the battle design of the game, and you can kind of tell, like when you do some of the combos and stuff, like, oh, this is very much reminiscent of Devil May Cry, the newer ones anyway. I'm not sure if he was on every single one, but either way, I thought it was a good thing. Where like, yeah, because a lot of the Final Fantasies, they have like different kind of like takes on like the battle system and all that kind of stuff. So it's good to have a Final Fantasy that is action based. I'm like, yeah. And look at the remake of Final Fantasy 7. It's like action plus turn based in there. So I was like, that's also good. And I think with the remix, I think doing that is fun, right? You could do both, essentially. But with like the mainline titles, like, yeah, they should just do more of that. Where like they do more, like try to like, no, push the envelope, or like, oh, maybe this one's going to be turn-based. Maybe this one's a strategy version, right? You should just keep on doing that. But yeah, I liked Final Fantasy 16. It was almost like a cinematic experience. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Ashura's Wrath, which I also like. Made by the people who did Die Hack and a lot of the Naruto fighting games and / Demon Slayer fighting games. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and as I was looking at the video, right, I was like, oh man, it kind of me like hyped for like. I didn't play the second remake of Final Fantasy 7. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait off. I did watch some of the cutscenes though. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hold off until the 3rd one comes out, because I know they're gonna do a bundle with all 3. I'm gonna do that. So yeah, and I actually might even hold off a little bit more to see if they're gonna do like a DLC, like a substantial DLC. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. And apparently they're talking about doing a DLC for Final Fantasy 7 remake. I mean the last one, right? So there's like, oh yeah, if we do a DLC, we kind of want to do a DLC of a character that hasn't been featured. And I'm like, if you're gonna do that, right? By the like, I don't know, it'd be weird. A whole DLC with like the Turks or something, that would be really cool. But I don't think they're that ballsy to do that. Like have it where like Elena is the main character, or maybe an unknown Turk, and then you just do something like that. But I don't think Square Enix are able to pull that off. Another company, yes. I don't think Square Enix could do it. they was it like lose faith in the game very quickly. And speaking of that, um, losing faith in a game, that's like them who lost faith in the Final Fantasy 13 like world. That world was supposed to be encompass Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy Versus, which would became 15, and Final Fantasy Type 0. Those were all supposed to take place in the same world, right? But I'm not even sure if they just didn't plan it. One of the biggest problems was the fact that Nomura Tetsuya, the Final Fantasy 7, 10, 8, I should probably just 7, 8, 7, 8, 10. But either way, and the Kingdom Hearts guy, right? It's just that he has a lot of ideas, which is good. But I think he can't, because he has so much clout in the company, no one could tell him, like, hey man, hurry the hell up, right? Like, make the game. And because no one could talk back to him, I think that's what caused a lot of problems. Because, dear lord, that, like, how many trailers? 15, what was it? Almost 15 years for Final, which is weird. Final Fantasy 15, it took about 15 years to make. And it was so many, like, trailers and whatnot, right? Which maybe I get it, because like if you have like a vision for the game, like you want the game to like play it in a certain way, right? Like you could do like some Assassin's Creed kind of climb on walls and stuff, but the technology isn't there, right? Then maybe I could get that part, but like if it was just one game, right? Like, oh, 15 took that many years and kind of like whatever, right? I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah. But how about Kingdom Hearts 3? How about all these other weird ass cell phone games that you keep on trying to push out? What about that? Alright, so that's the only reason why I'm like, I'm not on the side of Nomura Tetsuya on that part. I was like, bro, it seems like you just can't like keep on schedule, and you're a producer. It's not like it's not your first rodeo. Like you've been around the block. Alright, like you made like hit titles and stuff, quite a few of them. And the fact that the game wasn't able to come out on time, and not only that, but he's salty as hell though. Like that man. If you ever play Kingdom Hearts 3 and you play the DLC with like Yozora, you're fighting like Sora's fighting Yozora, who looks like a mesh between Riku and Noctis. If you see the final cutscene, which is essentially like one for one what happened in one of the Final Fantasy Versus trailers, you're like, dude, this guy is still fucking pissed at it. They took away like him as the producer or was a director or whatever of Versus, and they put someone else on there just to finish the game. And technically, like the guy who finished the game, I think it's like Tabata. He wasn't like the first guy. He was like it was Nomura Tetsuya. They pulled him off. They put someone else on. They pulled that dude off and then put Tabata on there, and then he's the one that finished it off. But yeah, that game went through development hell, and if you read like the novels and stuff, right, like how it was supposed to end, which I'm not sure. I mean, it's how many years ago that game came out? I don't think spoilers, like me saying anything, would kind of spoilers. But I'll just say that at least for that one, the story, I think you read it online, where like it pretty much like tells you what happens at the end, right? Like this is what the vision was supposed to be. But Square Enix gave up on that thing in a heartbeat. It's like, honestly, is because if the DLCs, they made a DLC for each of the main characters, this is a cast of only dudes, if the main character group, right? If they didn't do that, I think it would have been like if the DLCs were just part of the main game, I think it would have been better. Because like, not to be mean, like there's like at least out of the three main characters that are not Noctis, right? His three people that were his companions, I guess. At least, okay, one of them, like Gladiola's story. I thought he was just kind of like a meathead. And his DLC is just pretty much, yeah, he is a meathead. So it's like, didn't really have too much substance. And it was very short, right? Like, you could have done so much more with him. Like, he has, like, if you look at the other stories, he has so much more depth. Like, his father passed away because of, like, he got killed by, like, one of the enemy generals, which was, no, it was a whole thing. It was in the movie. The movie was actually really cool. The Kingsglaive movie was really cool. But, yeah, and, like, maybe his relationship with his, like, sister and all that stuff, which was a guest party member and all that, like, there was so much you could do with Gladiolus. It's like, then they just relegated him to be meathead. I'm like, damn. On the opposite scale, Prompto, I think, because he was kind of annoying, got a lot of hate. But then when you played his DLC, you're like, oh, okay, Prompto, your DLC is actually kind of cool. So it's like they learn of that, and then you have Ignis, who is a fan favorite, and his whole thing was cool. His like answers to, like, his was like what every DLC should have been. Where, like, a lot of cool like highlights of him, explaining the plot a little bit more, and all that. I know it was a burrito may disagree with me. Oh shoot, I forgot it also. Did I? Yeah, I think I did this. I did. Yeah, he may disagree with me, but technically, like, a character that is kind of like when you play the game, if you play the DLCs, for the most part, if you don't really pay attention, you think one of the characters, there's a prominent character that comes out, and you think, oh, that's a good guy. And if you play the base main game, you think, oh, it's a good guy. But if you read, like, the what the story was supposed to, what direction was supposed to go to, you find out, oh, he's the person that they kind of show, like, oh, he's a good guy, is bad. The person, oh, he's a bad guy, is actually good. Actually, technically, there's like a few of them like that. There's at least 2 bad guys that you find out that were actually good. I mean, the main bad guy is essentially you know, like a stand-in for Jesus, essentially. He's the main bad guy, and you're like, oh, he's bad and all that. Then you find out what happened to him. You're like, oh, I kind of understand why you did the things that you did. Very dickish, but I get it, right? Because he'd been through hell. Then in the original, like, how it was supposed to end, he actually gets some, like, you know, he gets the proper respect that he deserves. Like, because in history, this man was written as a bad guy. Like, they erased him from history, and all this kind of stuff happened to him. And at the very end, his descendant which is the main character, is the one that finally rights the wrongs, and then he's like, the original, like, no, good guy is him, and rewrites history not really rewrites history, but writes the proper history. And it kind of it's more of a wholesome ending. You're like, damn, the main character been through a lot, and now I'm happy, right? It's like a real true, like, hero's ending, right? But what we get in the game is kind of like, it feels rushed, and they just pretty much, they chopped up the main story to make it into DLC, which that's why I kind of hate DLC. I forgot what company or what director was saying that, like, no, if I make a DLC is not supposed to be, oh, I get my game, chop it up, and that's your DLC, right? So a DLC is like, after I make the game, it's fully everything out. Maybe a year or 2 later on, people are like, oh, I still want more. It's like, hey, what kind of stuff do you guys want? And they say some random, I want you to feature this character. I want you to do missions with this character. You're like, you know what? Okay. We're going to develop that now after the main game has come out. We make it DLC. It's like, yeah, I could understand that kind of DLC, but DLC where you just chop up your game and, like, or you have like a whole story you want to tell. You chop it up and you don't really tell the story, and you have to buy all the DLC or the other random games to be able to play or understand the story. I'm looking at you, Kingdom Hearts. Like, to me, I think that's goofy. And I agree with this director. He was like, yeah, I forgot which director it was, though. It was like he did an interview, I'm not sure if he's in Square Enix, but yeah, he definitely did an interview and they told him, like, he just straight up said that. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I see you. Oh yeah, I should probably, oh, before I do that. But yeah, I'm still kind of salty about, like, just the fact that, like, to be able to play and understand Kingdom Hearts, you have to, like, play all these cell phone games and there's all these random, like, Game Boy games and stuff, right? It's so goddamn annoying. Like, I understand if, like, it's a standalone game, right? It has no bearing to the main story. But it does. Like, when you played Kingdom Hearts 2, right? When you had the Organization 13 come out before the DLC version where you could fight everyone. You, like, when they, like, when you fight the kind of Organization 13, you find, like, you're fighting them, you're like, why isn't there 13 of them? Like, why would you call your organization something that it's not? Then you find out, oh, it's because I killed a lot of them already. You're like, what? Like, to me, that I am not a fan of. If you, like, your mainline, if you have, like, other, like, no, side stories and stuff, right? I'm fine. That's cool. All right. Make as many as you want. I don't care. If you have Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2, right? I should be able to play each of them and know what the hell's going on and not have to worry about, like, oh yeah, play Chain of Memories. Play the PSP game on Birth by Sleep to understand who the hell Aqua is. Oh, and also plays one other, I forgot, I think the other cell phone gotcha game that's like the one with the unicorn, people with the unicorn mask and all that stuff is in there. I'm like, who the heck? And then later on they, packaged us a game where it's like, there was Aqua story, like side story, plus a video about, like, explaining to other people. I'm like you shouldn't have to do that. But I think maybe just a Square Enix thing, because I know they also did the same, like, garbage in the Nier Reincarnation game, which I played, which explains a lot of the story. Like, pretty much it's like after Nier Automata ended, right? It takes place even after that. So technically, the gotcha game is the third game, or technically the sequel to. I don't know, because it's like Nier Automata, the gotcha game. So technically the third one. Yeah, because when you play the gotcha game, right? Some of the stories are like how things happen in the original Nier game, Nier Replicant, or was it Nier Gestalt? Either way, because technically they had two different names, because in America we got the dad version of Nier, then in Japan they got the pretty boy twink version of Nier, and then when they did the remake, I think they just kept the twink. But the backstory of that, some of that is explained in the Nier Reincarnation game. It's kind of like one of the characters it focuses on is just a normal guy who essentially became one of the red eye shadow things in Nier, the original Nier. And then not only that, but there's like some of the androids, or one of the androids, I think was at HS or something like that, right? She is one of the last androids that are still around, and she pretty much helps a character at the end, right? Which is the main, like, if you look at Nier Reincarnation, right? There's like at least two characters, yeah, that are was it the face of the? No, actually three. There's three characters that are the face of the Nier Reincarnation game, right? It's like the one dark bug-looking monster, the girl in white, and the little ghost thing, right? You find out in the game the little ghost things are actually pods that has a little sheet over it to make it look like a ghost, and that I think they are after the whole Niers, a lot of the automatas and stuff were destroyed, right? A lot of them gained their own kind of personality, and they're doing their own thing and try to, like, recreate humanity and all that. And you also find out the girl is the human who is alive. So you play the game, the whole like you're in this one area that you don't know where it takes place, but I believe it takes place in something like the subconscious world or something like that. And it's like something with memory. I think it's on the moon, right? But I mean, this is at the very end of the game because the game EOS. So unless you look at the actually, a lot of people actually online, which is thank God, right? People online actually like recorded a lot of the stuff, right? They oh shit, you can find it online now, the whole story. But so either way, the girl is the last human alive in the planet, I think. And then I'm pretty sure they're trying to say that there's like it's her, but it's like colored black, right? So it could be kind of her replicant is also alive. So they're the last two humans on Earth. Because in Earth right now, there's, I think because, of course, humans all, when it became extinct already, because of the whole Gestalt stuff, right, of the first Nier game, the automatas of the androids of Nier Automata all know this, but they try to, the higher ups try to hide it. But one of them kind of who's one of the surviving androids. She kind of does a bunch of stuff and interacts with the main cast of the Nier Reincarnation Gacha game. And then you find out there is one last human, and that one human is the girl, the poster child of the game. And there's of course some magic shenanigans. I'm pretty sure that's what causes a lot of it, right? Because remember, I probably should just do that as a whole stream. I won't do that too much now. I should probably just do that as a stream where we talk about the whole Nier lore, because I'm pretty sure almost no one played the Drakengard games. And if you did, you played Drakengard 0. Or generally, Drakengard 3, because main character's name is 0. Never mind. But yeah, Yoko Taro is cooking up a new game, though. But at the same time, he is going to make the new Evangelion anime. So that's, not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to it. Evangelion, like the movies, right? I think if you ever want to get someone into the whole series, let them watch the movies, the 3 movies. After they watch the 3 movies, if they're like really, really into it and want to know the deep lore, that's when you kind of like send them down the path of the TV series, and then they just tell your friend who's watching it, be like, hey, this TV series, right, happened during the time the main character or the director was having a mental breakdown. So you could kind of tell like his mental state as you watch the TV series. It's very bleak, right? Then as you see the rebuild movies kind of move along, you could kind of see he's a little bit more optimistic. Because even when they did the rebuild, right, or end of Evangelion, it was very bleak and pessimistic. Rebuild was very optimistic, right? So he could finally kind of move on. And it's like I'm no longer just like a weirdo otaku is probably the whole idea. Because back then, right, like if all you old heads, you guys know. I'm not sure when the Great Shift happened. I love it when was it Gen Z and Gen Alpha? They call it the Great Shift. Like I was like, you know what, I'm glad they have like a good term that kind of like encompasses what happened, but there was a time where everyone kind of, even if you watch anime or you like anime, you did not fucking talk about that shit. Right? Like, and as time went on, right, it was like a few things were acceptable. Like if you like, oh yeah, talk about Dragon Ball, like yeah, you could even talk about Sailor Moon a little bit, and that was fine. But then as time went on, like, oh, you could talk about Pokemon was kind of like, okay, my little brother plays Pokemon, that's why I know it. And everyone's like, oh, okay, cool. But if you watch some kind of niche thing, people are like, what the fuck? But that's also depending on country too, because I think in Mexico, Saint Seiya was real big. So like, if you talk about that in Mexico, you're like, yeah, that's their version of like, oh, you're talking about Dragon Ball, oh, you're talking about Saint Seiya. I think in the Middle East, some of my friends were talking about like, Dragon Ball was really also big over there too. So they didn't have all the episodes, and they had to like try to find the Japanese version. It's like, yeah, it was rough. Like, we didn't understand really what the hell was going on sometimes because, of course, like, they look at the American version, like, okay, we understand that. Then the Japanese version, they're like, dude, we don't know what the fuck's going on anymore. But yeah, I had this one deep conversation with technically my Uber driver, but then later on, I met him at, like, I was trying to go to this one club, and he was like, he happened to be there. He's like, oh yeah, I know him. He's good people. And he got me into the club. See, you never know, small world. But yeah. So then we just talked. There's a bunch of dudes at a club talking about Dragon Ball. Then it's funny because, like, since Dragon Ball is such a phenomenon, people would also come around and start talking about it as well. But yeah, because of the gray shift, now people could actually talk about, like, anime and stuff, and no one really, like, bats an eye, like, oh, you watch anime, right? And I know, like, if you look at certain, like, news channel posts, like, oh, this is what people hate. I was like, yeah, then just don't interact with someone like that. Like, if you have a hobby or something that you like, and then, like, oh, yeah, if you have a hobby that you like, you don't need or unless it's something really weird. But even then, right, whatever your weird hobby is, right, there's probably people out there that also enjoy your hobby. Like, for example, for me, it'll be like something I'm a strange one too, 'cause I do like hiking, but as I get older, I dislike it more because I'm like, after you hear horror stories about, oh, dude, they hiked on this one trail that they didn't really have a trail, and they got lost and they got mauled by bears and shit. I'm like, I don't like that. But I used to like hiking because I live over here in the Pacific Northwest, which have a lot of nice hiking trails. But yeah, I'm not trying to get fucking fucked up by no bear. Anyone who watches it like, you don't want to get fucked up by bears. Yes, sir. Don't want to get fucked up by no bears. Knowing my luck could be the one cocaine bear that I've run into, tear me up. But yeah, the
No, not the bears! Not the bears! Ah!
Close enough to bears.
is what bears love.
Bears crave.
The electrolytes.
Besides picnic baskets.
Oh, those are the only ones that are smarter than the average one. They like the picnic baskets. Oh yeah, by the way, you made your account in Starter Tennis yet?
For Final Fantasy?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to wait till my job starts.
Oh, so
Or while I get my first paycheck. Because
you got the acceptance and all that? Nice.
well, yeah, I start on Monday.
Nice.
Sorry, I thought I already said something about that, but yeah, I start Monday. Yeah, just in time too. But it had also originally gotten pushed back a week. It was supposed to be the 3rd.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been talking to Boxot and Waffles, or just messaging them. Both of them are kind of interested in Final Fantasy 14, so I'm like, great. So I've been shilling that, and so we'll see. Or definitely Waffles. He's like, yeah, like, and he likes stories, so I'm like, oh, that's perfect for you. Like, Final Fantasy 14 is a lot of good. The story's good, so he'll definitely enjoy it.
I would just make sure you warn him that the base campaign's not the greatest.
Yeah, I won't just
It doesn't kick off until.
See, I think that's just a misconception that veteran players have, right? I'll say, generally, I'll tell him that, yeah, Realm Reborn, some parts are a bit rough, and worst case scenario, just skip that part. That's why I was like, you should let even to know, like, let her.
Years ago. That's why I'm like, because I originally got through most of a Realm Reborn.
But as I remember, you also have
4 or
ADHD.
5 years ago, and then I had to finish it to get to the good shit, and it's night and day in the writing. Like, just
I mean, he's a.
Yeah,
I'll just.
it's very rough.
I don't think it's that rough. Like, there's. I mean, good example.
It's in comparison. Like,
Blue
Heaven's
Protocol's
Sword is
story is rough.
so much better. Oh wow, I didn't even realize that had a story. I thought it was just slice of life.
Blue Protocol story is. I'm gonna put it this way: if this game survives a few years, 100% they're gonna overhaul like the first part of the story, because the first part. I think even the first part was not as bad as like right now, season 2, season 3. It's slow and boring, and it's like none of the cool stuff is happening, and they have I would say cutscenes, voiced scenes that doesn't make any sense. Unlike Final Fantasy 14, where you could tell during Stormblood, it had a lot more voiced cutscenes, which I thought was very cool. They did not do that in the beginning. Like, for those people know how it was rough. You had to read a lot, but now you do have like a 50-50 with the voiced cutscenes and not voiced cutscenes on Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, try to get I think both of them I think will be getting into it, so I think that's pretty cool. Like, Waffles I was like, yeah, don't forget to stream it, because the community of 14 loves to watch new players start, so it'll get decent numbers. He's okay, yeah. And so you can also tell that to Milk too. Like, if she does 14, just tell her to stream it too. And if she doesn't want to stream, just record it, then upload it. Yeah, I do that for Arc Knights.
Yeah, I'll let her know. She conquered the arcane library, and then she made it its bitch, or her bitch. And now she's back to Mecha Chameleon. In fact, she looked at it and closed it and said, I'm never touching that again. And I'm like, I believe it. Not because the game's bad, it's just very much in line with both of us.
Oh, she played that much of it?
She perfected it. And got the really Omega awesome pizza from Merlin.
I got all the achievements.
So, Milk, you should have streamed it or recorded it.
I thought about it, but I feel bad when Sadie needs attention, or like just lots of distractions, and then I'm not actually like talking or focusing on anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Record it, then.
Or I need attention.
So record it, then.
Burrito's really needy. He needs so much attention.
Mm-hmm.
Like a loser. Oh, what?
Damn, man. You have to do me like that.
So now, because of that, I'm going to mob all the enemies. Actually, no, since I'll probably be doing healer, so.
Yeah, you'll be doing healer. I'm sorry. Wait, Voxot's not going to do healer?
I
thought he enjoyed getting stuff done.
So, but things like, it depends on like when everyone's playing it. So, like, if I'm playing with him and you guys aren't on, then I'll probably go tank. Then if you guys are on and he's not on, then I'll be going healer. Then if I'm just doing a like story of myself, then I'll go DPS. So I just have to make sure that actually right now is good, but like during the next expansion, I just make sure I have to have a DPS, healer, and tank all like decently leveled. Which is not hard. I only have to
the guy that encouraged me to play the game made a big deal that I had gotten through the like last quarter of the Realm Reborn, then into Heaven's Sword, then into Stormblade in like a month and a half.
I mean, if you if you focus, then yeah, that's not like anything too crazy. I mean, you could, if you know life to like super hard, then I could do it even optimize it even quicker. I took my time with
kind of did know life it.
I took my time.
I was single all the time, so.
But at least this time, or actually right now, if you start now, and all you need to do is just pretty much just kind of like get your gear good, and whatever class, like if you want to switch classes, level up that as Milk plays to get to where you're at. Then once you guys both are at around the same part of the story, then you guys could essentially do the story at the same time. Then you could see what Milk's take on the story is. And Milk knows how to play MMOs. I mean, she was pretty strong in this game, Blue Protocol, so I don't think we have to worry about that.
Yeah, fine.
I just noticed in Mecha Chameleon, my name is not Obvious Milk. It's Obvious asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. Well, no. Okay, let me see. Where did my name go?
Oh, it's because are they censoring Milk because of milkers?
Oh, no, okay. It's
Okay.
Obvio. So OBVIOU asterisk, asterisk, ilk.
Obvious ilk.
So they took out the S and the M, and I don't understand.
I'm not sure. Was it always like that?
No, it definitely wasn't.
No, because I'm like, maybe because like
How many people had the name Milkers?
Sure.
Because that's the only thing I can think of.
I have no idea. I actually, if it was, it'd be kind of funny if you go back and we look and find out your name was different the whole time, which none of us noticed. It'd be funny.
I can check right now. I have it up.
No,
And
there's
I
an F
pulled up
instead of a K
screenshots.
there. What the fuck?
Nope. Am I okay?
So before it was normal. Okay, yeah. I was like, I'm pretty
Yep.
sure.
This is new as of like today, I think.
Oh, okay. That's weird. Oh yeah, but I was going to say before, right, Milk, like, if you record your whatever gaming session and you're like, oh, if you're worried about like dead air and all that stuff, right, just record it, then use OBS and just cut out all the parts that like, like kind of the dead space and all that stuff. If you do that, it makes it seem like you were just talking the whole time. I kind of do that with some of the other edits every once in a while. I don't think the people even notice. Like there's I mean,
And there's somebody like, oh, I noticed.
with Blue Protocol, I've been streaming it since 302 episodes in. So that's why I'm like better at like noticing if I'm like just not saying anything, which used to happen way more often. But now I could just continuously talk for like the 30 minutes I generally play the game. I'm pretty good at it now. I could yap for 30 minutes straight.
I can't. I need people to talk to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Try.
Like, I mean, you have like Burrito right there. He's right over there.
We're kind of a silent couple until I get my nighttime zoomies. And then I'm just like, stories about day.
And that's
I'm like, all right, girlfriend, get on your mask. And then she's like, cookies.
Okay.
see, and that's when you're like, okay, oh, like I'm on the zoomies now. That's when you do the recording / or streaming.
But that's bedtime.
Yeah, it's sometimes you just record in bed too. It's fun.
You don't want sleepy medicate on stream.
I don't want a sleepy medicant?
Medicated.
Medicated milk.
Yeah. Drugged milk.
I mean, then just cut that part out in post. That's what.
Don't know. It'd be the whole time she has zoomies.
They get very silly. But like in the tired, silly way. Loopy. Yay, I finally get to paint. Because I got into a game that was already playing. And yeah, this is gonna drive me nuts. Why did they take out the S and the M? Obvio ilk.
I was gonna say you could, since you're playing that, but so why don't you go and stream? I'm about to be done with my session today of Blue Protocol. I was on early. I actually got on a little bit earlier than I usually get on. I was like, yeah, fuck it, might as well just do a stream. I've been doing that every once in a while. Not every time, but every once in a while.
I do want to play this game with you guys again because there's a lot of more cool maps that I think everybody would like. There's an anime one.
Wow.
Yeah.
So maybe tomorrow if everyone is on, then. 'Cause I know Boxall probably would appreciate that as well.
Yeah, that would be fun. And show you guys all the new maps that I have downloaded recently. It's a lot of them. I don't think I've been hacked yet.
They do that in that game?
You didn't hear about that?
Oh, I did not. 100% did not.
So apparently, like, the community can create maps. One of them had a, what do you call it? Firmware?
Malware?
What?
Malware.
Malware. There we go. And it was a ware or something.
Yeah. I know
one
what
of them
you're
had
talking about.
Yeah. And so the devs of the game were like doing something with that, and then they ended up getting their Discord hacked. And so then there was like rumors that the game itself was hacked. And if you don't know this place is Courage the Cowardly Dog map. I don't remember any of this from the show.
I just
don't really
remember just
the
the
show,
main
granted.
the main house. That's all I remember.
That's what it. Yeah, I'm in the main house.
Oh,
Kind of creepy.
I mean that whole show was pretty. I'm like, you say, "Oh, Courage the Cowardly." I mean, I don't think he's cowardly. I think he's just properly paranoid.
Appropriate.
Oh yeah, but I did check the Final Fantasy 14 servers. Apparently, at least Sergeant Tannis is a legacy server, and there is space still open. So that's why I've been telling everyone: make sure you make your character now, so then it doesn't fill up. Because the closer and closer it gets to FanFest, I think people will be really hyped during that time, and then they'll probably start being in a mad rush to make characters.
Like, do the thing.
Yeah, so like, everyone make your character now, so at least you have the space in there. And don't worry about the guild because we have a big one, and I am the guild leader for now. I think I'll probably just end up staying the guild leader. So our original guild leader Bam's like, you got it. I'm like, you better get your butt in the game.
Good job, champ. Keep up the good work.
So I'm not trying to get stalked by people like he did.
Oh.
Yeah, he got stalked when he would try to add, like, back when a lot of us were playing. He's like, oh, let's just add new members. And this person was stalking him quite a bit. And I was just laughing. The person was, like, contacting me, hey, where is he? I'm like, I'm not his keeper. Why the hell would I know? He's like, but he said that he'll be with me every day. I'm like, oh. Since I work with the man at work, I was like, hey, bro, do you know this person in real life? He's like, no. And then showed him the message. He's like, oh, God. Yeah, then it was funny because he was like on the guild chat, just like talking about like our guild leader, and even my sister was playing. She's like, "Oh my God, he has a stalker!" And then we all were just clowning him, like, "Oh man, like." So I've never added a stalker to the group. It's like I haven't done that one.
A lot of things, but that's not one of them.
Yep.
He's like, I want to have his babies. Like, aren't you both dudes?
Which is funny because he was a guy and he was saying some stuff. I want to say he was saying some stuff similar to that. I'm like, what? But yeah, which is really, to me it was funny. To him it was probably like,
was his race Lalafell?
You know what? I actually was never around to see what character they were using. I think it was before the whole like, you could like view the character thing. So I never really even paid attention. I just was reading
I bet you.
I hope to God the person wasn't. I hope that was like I feel bad for like was a creepy people who play Lollifuls. I'm like, bro, stop! Don't do that. I should just creepy people in general shouldn't be playing any kind of game
It
with a lot
fits
of
the
people.
race technically, considering the amount of crimes that race has.
It's because in lore the Lollifuls like they do a lot of crime. Because they look small and look like children to other races, right? Even though some of them are like older, so like, oh, we could get away with doing a lot of crime. So that's what the kind of in lore, what some of the criminal Lollifuls are doing. They're like, oh yeah, if you think I'm a child, yeah, I want to play up the childness, so you don't put me in
And
jail
prostitute.
for doing bad things. Usually it's like money crimes. They're doing like, like money laundering and shit like that. I'm like, god damn, Lollifuls.
Trying to murder sitting Sultana.
I'm talking about
Is
some of
that the
the
female word for it?
yeah, like I'm talking about some of the other side stories. It's just them doing like embezzling and like money laundering and stuff like that. I'm like, damn, Lollifuls, chill. They have no chill. Zero chill.
What's up?
Yep.
So they say when you compress things, the temperature required to boil it lowers. So I would say that they're so compressed that there's no chill.
Oh, and I forgot since I was jumping around. Almost forgot. No, I'll get on the other side. Here. Then I'll do my usual outro. Which I don't really have an outro. So for anyone who's watching, like oh, what's his usual outro? It's just me saying, like and subscribe.
There is none.
Stay safe, and
That's the neat part. You don't?
one of these days I'll have a good outro. I'll make one day. Yeah, like and subscribe. Definitely on the YouTube side. So yeah, we need more subscribers over there. We need to get to box out level one day. And for it,
One day.
yeah, and for box odds people, we did was it not subscribe? We did follow him on because he has a Twitter account now for the birds. So we do have we are part of that as well. So yeah, because I know some people think like, oh yeah, it's like no, we're not a part of his crew. He's part of ours.
Yeah, we were here first.
Yeah, actually, no. Actually, technically, he was here first. He was here first. No.
Just kidding.
Yeah. So technically, though, but yeah, he is a noodle nightmare. And right, oh yeah, I'll say this afterwards. But yeah. So yeah, anyone who's watching, like and subscribe, and you'll probably see more crazy stuff coming from the noodle nightmares as time goes on. So peace out, everyone.
Please.
You.